Yo, what is up, guys? Delboy here. So Eddie Hearn is still in his feelings about Deontay Wilder, basically using Wilder as an excuse for why Joshua lost the first fight against Andy Ruiz Jr. He said, for the last nearly 2 years, every question going into an AJ fight was, when are you going to fight Wilder? Oh, Ruiz, don't worry about Ruiz. When's the Wilder fight? He fell into that trap before. We're not going to fall into that trap again. Forget Deontay Wilder. Let him go box Tyson Fury. The biggest fight in the heavyweight division is Joshua Ruiz. That's the focus. I agree with Eddie Hearn in the sense of, Joshua Ruiz 2 being the biggest fight in the division. I totally agree. I think anybody who is sane and sound of mind would also agree. But using the Wilder speculation as a reason why he lost the first fight is a bit of a cop-out, and it sounds like an excuse to me. I don't believe it personally. I just think Joshua got beat by the better man on the night, and he had the fight beaten out of him by Andy Ruiz Jr. I just think it was a bad style clash, and Joshua didn't anticipate that coming. But if what Eddie Hearn is saying is true, and Joshua was more worried about Wilder than Ruiz, then I think that paints question marks over Joshua and his mental state. If it takes that little to distract you in such a fight, then you really need to work on that. High-profile fighters in the past, leading into certain fights, have always been asked about other fights. Look at guys like Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. They had it for years and years and years. They dealt with it just fine. It's part and parcel of the game. If you are struggling with that, then to me that is a bit concerning. If that is all it takes for Joshua to take his eye off a ball, then, maybe that's something he needs to work on going forwards. Because to me that's not a good look. Now, like I said, I don't believe that to be the case. I just believe Ruiz was better on the night, and that was it. But I'm just saying, if what Eddie Hearn is saying is true, then they certainly need to work on that. And if it is true, let's say Joshua does win this rematch, I don't think that bodes well for a potential fight with Deontay Wilder personally. I really don't. If I was Deontay Wilder, I'd be playing on that. I really would. And, going into a potential Deontay Wilder fight, should Joshua beat Ruiz, and, that's a big if, but should he beat Ruiz and he goes into a fight with Deontay Wilder, how's he going to cope with the build-up? If he can't cope with, questions being asked when the fight's going to happen, etc., etc., how's he actually going to cope if this fight does get made? How's he going to cope with that pressure? How's he going to cope with the magnitude of the event? Especially coming off a loss, that aura of invincibility is gone. I notice it from Joshua, I notice it from his camp, and I notice it from his fans. I mean, I saw Anthony Joshua fans criticise Deontay Wilder for saying, he wouldn't mind if Fury stepped aside so Wilder could fight the winner of Joshua Ruiz. What's wrong with that? It's an undisputed title fight. There's nothing wrong with that. It just sounds like they're scared for their guy. Like I said, the aura of invincibility is gone, and, they're not confident in regards to a potential Deontay Wilder fight. They weren't before, especially not now. Now Joshua's taken a loss. Back in the day, I didn't really believe either Wilder fans or Joshua fans truly wanted that fight. And when I say fans, I mean fanboys. I'm not talking about regular fans, but the fanboys never wanted that fight. The Wilder fanboys now would like that fight because they know Joshua is vulnerable, they know there's chinks in the armour, they know the aura of invincibility is gone, so the Wilder fanboys want it, but the Joshua fanboys now, they do not want that fight, full stop. They don't. They don't want to see Deontay Wilder knock this guy clean out. And it's just interesting how fanboys work. It's interesting the excuses still being made about the first fight. Listen, like I said, I don't believe Eddie Hearn. I just think Joshua got beat by the better man on the night. But, we'll see what happens in the rematch. The beautiful thing is, Joshua's got the chance to put it right, or Andy Ruiz has the chance to prove to the world it wasn't a fluke and he is the better fighter, the better heavyweight, full stop. It's a great rematch. So many question marks that will be answered on December the 7th. And I'm really looking forward to it. The beautiful thing about this heavyweight division that I'm starting to realise, as somebody who doesn't really have a horse in the race, I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. You know, the fanboys have annoyed me in the past, the Wilder fans, the Joshua fans, the Fury fans, but soon these guys are going to start taking losses. Joshua already has, and, other guys to follow. So I'm going to enjoy it while it unfolds. I'm going to enjoy the fights that get made, and I'm going to enjoy the fallout, to be quite honest. And, that's the beauty of not having a horse in the race. I don't particularly care who comes out on top. I just want to see the fights. Ruiz Joshua 2 is a great fight. Hopefully the winner can fight Wilder, can fight Fury, can fight Usyk. These are the fights we want to see. And right now things are finally poised, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this division plays out. Share your thoughts below. Peace.